Good morning, afternoon, fantastic. It is Saturday. My name is Kai, and this week's topic is sickness, which is ironic because I currently am sick. My brother has a roommate or play date. My brother has a friend over, so if you hear screaming noises, don't be alarmed. They probably stepped on Legos. So, yeah, I've been physically sick for the last few days. I've had a sore throat, which is funny because being trans, I actually kind of enjoy having a sore throat, which sounds really weird, but I like how low and like masculine or whatever it makes my voice without having to try because I can't talk. And then on top of being sick, I've had tech week. This week we're teching our end of the year musical, which means lots of hours, so many hours, so I haven't really been able to just sleep and actually cure my sickness. I've been in tech from 9:30 to 6:30, 9:30 in the morning to 6:30 today. The show is going really great though. So when we talk about sicknesses, there's lots of different kinds of sicknesses. There can be emotional health, and so your mental health, and there can also be your physical health, and then physical health and mental health both break into categories, chronic or short-term and long-term, lots of information about that. But I would like to say that for the past few months, I definitely have felt mentally sick, and not to a point where I had no control over my state of being or of my actions, but I was very close to not having any control, and my anxiety was at a very high level, and to the point where I think people don't understand that one, mental health can really contribute to your physical health in terms of how much you're eating and just how you're treating your body. It's very hard to pay attention to how you're treating your body when you are in a bad mental space. And it's also important to note that with anxiety, it can sometimes be really hard to remember to feed yourself. That doesn't always factor in, but it can factor into an eating disorder. But no, I don't have an eating disorder, but if my anxiety has been so high, I will completely forget to eat for, I had one time that my anxiety was so bad, and I think I was also having an episode of depression, but 3 days went by, and I was like, I don't think I've eaten in the last 3 days, because I'd been home alone and no one was there to take care of me. And so it's important to know that if you have a friend who is dealing with mental illness, or if you yourself are dealing with a mental illness, please pay attention to how much you're eating. It's really important. And then yeah, I think it's very important to do your best to stay in tune with your health as much as possible. And that can be in many different forms, whether it's just, doing some yoga and trying to remember that you have a body and you exist in a space. Or that can be exercise, but that can also just be checking in with yourself mentally, or going to therapy and trying to stay in a way, stay ahead of your body, stay ahead of your brain, and stay ahead of whatever your body might be doing and planning on doing, if that makes sense. So if you start to feel a possible episode of depression coming in, be like, wait, I can catch this, and it might still feel shitty, but I know what this is, and I'm not going to let it take me this time. That's something that's been really important to me, for sure. Sorry, my brothers. I can't hear right now because I'm sick, and I have a hearing problem at the moment, and my ears hurt. So I'm probably going to wrap up this video short. I got this new tapestry on my wall, which you're probably noticing. Sorry if it's piercingly blue. I'm wearing a lot of blue. It's kind of my new color at the moment. But yeah, I think that it is important. Also, it's just important for people to know that they can get help, and to not be worried about stigma surrounding getting help, whether that be for a physical or mental illness. Also, that factors into sexual health. Do not be ashamed to look into your sexual health. That's extremely important, as well as mental health. physical health. I remember I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who said that she didn't want to get treatment for anxiety because she didn't want her parents to think that she had a problem, because they always saw her as a very well-rounded human being. And I was trying to explain to her that it's unfortunate that the world doesn't see mental illness as it doesn't validate it as much as they do physical health. Because if she went to her parents saying, you know, I broke my leg, they would help. And I think that that's like really important. It's very hard for people who don't have mental illness to understand how it works, but I usually try and compare. Like, if I'm trying to explain depression to someone, I say, have you ever lost someone? Do you remember those moments right when your like heart sank, you know, like right, or do you remember like that feeling? And I try and say, now imagine that feeling for months. Or like when I'm trying to explain anxiety, I'm like, have you ever like gotten nervous making a phone call? Now imagine that feeling for your whole life. And I think that that's like, you have to try and explain to people in a respectful way so that they can further understand health. So that is going to be my video for today. Sorry if you can't hear me because my voice is about to go out. I've had to do mic cues all day, so I'm kind of running out. And I love you all. And I'm not going to make any promises, but I think I might be trying to get back onto my old channel soon. So hopefully I will see you guys on there soon. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Alright, bye.